Hello and welcome to Quartz Like Your Car Brochure channel, and in today's Saturday special, the special edition car is the Ford Cortina Carousel. Hello and welcome back, and if you're new to Quartz Like We're a Car Brochure channel here on YouTube, looking at car brochures from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s and sometimes beyond that as well. So if you're interested in car brochures and cars in general, please consider subscribing. Anyway, back to today's episode, and yes indeed, we're looking at a Cortina on today's Saturday special. We look at a special edition car every Saturday, and today's turn is the Carousel. So let's look at this brochure straight away. It's today's brochure, what a nice little brochure it is. Cortina Carousel, smart new look, great new value, and of course by 81 we're kind of like getting to the end of the Cortina run, aren't we? And what can we say about this? Well, it was based on the L, so quite a lowly model really. And when you think about special edition Cortinas, I think you think more about the Crusader. Well, I certainly do anyway. The Crusader came out in 82 and it was sold in very high numbers. This was often a forgotten special edition. Came out in 81, and I think they sold around about 6,000 units of this, so far rarer than the Crusader. And we can see here it's got this two-tone paintwork, which, you know, Ford used to like playing around with this two-tone paintwork on many of the different models around about this time when they're talking about special editions. And like I say, based on an L, but you know, looks far better than an L, and you can certainly see why people would have bought this rather than the lowly L models. Look really smart, I think, with a two-tone paint, particularly if you pick the green colours. I think maybe that's me, maybe I just like green cars, I don't know. But we can see we've got two door mirrors on there as well, and we've got these like bit more of a nicer wheel. Still only a steel wheel, but certainly a nicer wheel than what you got on the L model. Anyway, let's turn the page and see exactly what we got. And as we turn the page, we get a lovely side view of the Cortina. I always like the Cortina, these last Cortinas before the Sierra appeared, and you know, Sierra was a lot more of a risky design, of course, and I'm sure a lot of people struggled going from the Cortina to the Sierra. Like I say, we're getting to the end of the run, but by this time, still UK's best-selling car in 81. So still doing very well, but I think they were certainly trying to keep those sales going, and with these little special editions. It says on here, stands out a mile for looks and value. I'm really looking at it, you wouldn't think it was an L. I think that two-tone paintwork really does suit it. Anyway, let's have a look at some of this text. Okay, so it starts by saying if you're looking for a car, saloon or estate that has a distinctive new look outside and in, yet combines superb value with reliability, you've just found it. For the Carousel is a special edition Cortina. It has sports road wheels and a choice of fashionable two-tone metallic body colours. So you can get either forest green and crystal green, which I think is the colour I would have picked. I think that's a nice combination, with a nice green trim as well. Or graphite grey and strato silver with grey trim, which is the car featured. But then it goes on to say there'll be some available in Roman bronze and Tuscan beige with tan trim. Now, it doesn't tell you how many they sold of each colour, but it sounds like that would have been the rare one. Certainly by how they're phrasing it, by saying there will be some. But I would be tempted to say that's the rarer colour combination. Added to which the Carousel has smart body side mouldings, bright bumpers, bright door handles and drip rail and black door window surrounds. So it says there is a choice of engines, so you get a very lowly 1300, which certainly sounds a little bit underpowered, or a 1600, but the 1600 engine is only fitted in the Estates. Inside you'll find an array of features: remote control for both the driver and passenger door mirrors, a 4-spoke steering wheel, simulated wood fascia with instrument light dimmer and trip meter, centre console with radio and intermittent windscreen wipe. For your greater comfort, the Carousel has the same seats as fitted to our L model, plus L-type door panels, both trimmed in York fabric. Head restraints and seat valances are also fitted. So, considering it's based on an L model, I don't think it's too bad. Like I say, you've got these nice head restraints in there as well, and all these bright works, bright handles, etc, etc. It goes on to tell us there's a vanity mirror on the passenger visor and grab handles for rear passengers, and the load compartment in the Estate is carpeted. All this at a price that is equally attractive, so test drive a Carousel before you look at another car. It says you also got option packs here, so option packs to make the Carousel extra special. Carousel saloons, sliding sunroof, tinted glass, electrically operated radio aerial. And on the Carousel Estates, tailgate wash wipe, tinted glass, electrically operated radio aerial. And the 1600 saloons and Estates, you can have it as with an automatic transmission and head restraint pads and a clock. So making this very special, so you can see why people would be more tempted to buy one of these, certainly than the L. So back page now gives us a glimpse inside and the prices and the cost of some of those option packs. I think we'll start by looking inside. And inside, you know, it's not a bad looking interior for a lowly Cortina, really. Ford, as they always do, they start off, you know, very poverty spec when they first launch, and as they get later in their cycle, they start adding more and more things, where a very basic model now looks quite nice. We've got this wood treatment on the dash there, head restraints like we've said, so not a bad looking interior overall. Price wise, that basic 1.3, very small engine, £4,540. I'm sure it was worth going up to the 1.6 for £4,780. If you wanted that 1.6 Estate, it was £5,250. Option packs then, it says the car illustrated is fitted with optional extra head restraint pads. Carousel Saloon with those option packs on there, £185. Carousel Estate cars, £116, and the 1.6 saloons and estate cars, £348. I'm sure it was worth going for those option packs though. They added quite a bit of niceties to that, I think. And just quickly going back to the interior, and yes, we're talking about these head restraints here. They do indeed have these fitted with the optional extra head restraint pads. This particular one, that wouldn't have been standard. A little bit of the small print there, so that is 15% at this time. The total price of the car includes car tax, options and accessories fitted by the Ford dealer. It looks like there is a delivery charge of £75, 14 plus VAT. So a little bit of interesting little extras there. This, what looks like a very unusual blank space, would be where the dealer stamp would be. And then right at the bottom for the brochure itself, what have we got on here? Designed by Fanfare Design and Print Group Limited, published by the Car Advertising Department, Ford Motor Company Limited, Brentwood, Essex. Printed in England by Clifford Thames Printing Company, and that FA 517 is the little code for this particular brochure. So there we go, the Ford Cortina Carousel, a little bit of a forgotten special edition because it was certainly overshadowed by the slightly nicer actually and later Ford Cortina Crusader, which I certainly remember lots of Crusaders around. They did sell in much larger numbers, and I think there was slightly higher specs. They may have been based on a GL, I'm thinking. Certainly a little bit higher spec than these carousels, but these carousels much rarer as they sold for less than them, around about 6,000. Thank you so much for watching Quarter Light today. If you do have any memories of these carousels, please do jot them in the comments. Always like reading real world views of these cars and experiences. But for now, we'll say thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you've not done already. And we'll see you very soon. Take care, all the best, and goodbye.